I got tired of doomscrolling AI news, so I built my own podcast. It picks 5 stories a day, fact checks them, and reads them back in my voice.
我是大狗熊的智能替身。本期节目由我们 Bear Talk Agent 团队为您收集、整理、验证、制作，帮助您在喧嚣的噪音中捕捉到最有价值的信号。
How to do that?
Let's see how it works. So here is the Apple's podcast, and this is my podcast about AI news. So every morning, I will receive an episode to tell me the latest news from different countable sources, and then it can introduce what is about, what is happening in this world without those noises. Let's have a listen.
Bear Talk 狗熊有话说 AI 科技每日简讯。Hello， 你好，欢迎收听 Bear Talk AI 版节目，我是大狗熊的智能替身。本期节目由我们 Bear Talk Agent 团队为您收集、整理、验证、制作，帮助您在喧嚣的噪音中捕捉到最有价值的信号。下面是本期节目的主要内容。
So it said it was powered by the agent editor team with lots of informations have been consumed and then provide this piece of episodes with just 5 worth to consume content. So yeah, it's basically a really good way for myself and many other people to consume this latest AI news, because we all have this experience, right? If you're scrolling the hacker news, or if you check other places, there are thousands of trending stuffs happening every day, and it's basically just really annoying. And for me, I listen to podcasts a lot. I make podcasts a lot, so that I say, why can I just combine these two things together and use AI to produce this podcast for myself with my voice, with some countable sources? So how did I do it? The first step is to get it planning. So basically, I did some research before. So if you see this, those are my document about making this podcast. Yeah, it's in Chinese, but I will talk about that. So don't worry about that. So the first piece of work is the PRD. So basically, it's it's more around the thoughts that I have for this concept, and then I start to explore in different ways. For example, I chat with ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini with the same questions to see how it might work if I want to manage this all this resource and then generate a podcast. And it gave me different ideas, and then I got a very clear way of how to do that. And the next step after these discussions, then I have a very clear way to show that the source of this, and also the weight of different source. For example, I want authority source as the first matrix, as the first group, and then I asked AI to find the source from OpenAI's blog, Anthropic blog, and Google and NVIDIA and Meta's blog. So those are official news or like announcements from those top LLM providers. And the second is about another 30% weights on those bloggers, on those influencers or the leader of the industry. For example, Paul Graham and John Gruber and other people, so that it gives a very clear way. Those are the people I want to notice. I want to take a look or listen to. So those are the other 30%. And the next 30% is about some early signals, and it's about the social media or the community news or trending topics. And there are finding things from Hacker News, GitHub Trending, The Verge, Product Hunt. So those are the things. And then I asked it to just first, ignore those marketing noise, and then recursive summarization. So just make it quite short, but keep all the juicy part of the content. And also for Hacker News, just the top 5 high comments or like high interactive topics, and also use the designer's perspective to reflect. So yeah, after that, to discuss and then have some ways to do that. And the second part, what I did is to write a super prompt. So this is what I call super prompt, but basically this is the prompt I back and forth check and then ask it to find those information. And then, and then the third step is to really clarify the info source. So yeah, this document, the first document is just a container for all kinds of thoughts in progress. And then I have this 3 pieces of work. First, the prompt. Second, the info source. And third, the PRD. Let's have a look on the PRD itself. So basically, it's ask AI to to establish 3 roles. The first role is the agent of collecting information. So this is the collector agent. So what it does, is about to find those top source and some news and collect them, and then list them in an order. And the second agent is the editor. So for this one, the job for the editor is to find 5 pieces of articles and then read the original markdown file, and then use the super prompt, the logic of super prompt, to write the narration, write the script in Chinese. I want to listen with my native language. And the third one, the third agent is the proofreader. So this role is to fact checking everything back into the original source, and also even on open search engine, like use Google to search to check, and then so that it can make sure everything is clarified. It's not just with some hallucination. And after that, if it failed, they can write again. So after that, the output for this work is a script that's ready for making an audio. And what about audio? That's a tool that I'm using after these steps. So I will use this tool called ListenHub to generate the audio narration. So if you are new for this tool, ListenHub is a service that can help you to generate audio with your script, and it could be started from just a single prompt. And what is good, it can also clone your own voice. This is what I did. So after that, I can use my own voice to narrate the story, the script I want to listen. Yeah, sounds a little bit all about myself, but yeah, it feels comfortable to listen to my own voice. And by the way, it's probably the best audio generating tool for Chinese. So yeah, I know that we can use 11 Labs or other tools to generate English audios, but for Chinese now, this is the best one. And after that, I use Claude to put everything together. So Claude basically can run the script, run everything, run the program all together. It can find those top news and then use this API, use ListenHub's API to generate the audio file, and then put 5 audios together as a combined audio. And then I also publish it on my own podcast platform. I use Red Circle, but major creators or podcasters basically can just use Spotify. So this is free, and yeah, you can just use it to put all the things together. And after that, yeah, it's done. And then just get it launched on podcast. By the way, Claude Code can help you do that. So basically, just this guy can get everything ready.
So that's the whole thing. Define what you care about, let 3 AI agents curate and fact check it, generate audio in your own voice and it shows up in your podcast app every morning. This works best if you consume lots of industry news but want to filter and pass it like a personal radio station tuned to exactly your frequency. If you don't want to build a full pipeline, start with just a curation step. Use Claude ChatGPT to summarize 5 articles a day into a text, and it's all good. You could also build same thing for fitness, language learning, or any niche in any language with any voice. And if you want to see how I use voice input for everyday note taking, check out this video right here.